Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And today we're going to talk about what that moon is doing April 20th through April 26th, 2020. What a crazy freaking stupid year we're having so far, huh? All right, so couple things. I really appreciate it when you guys hit the thumbs up button. It does a couple of things that are really great. One of them is it does help the analytics and grows my channel. But what I like about it is that it's your way of saying, hey, thank you so much for my time that I put into these videos for you to watch. So I appreciate that. But I think the most important thing is that it connects our energy. Especially if you leave me a comment, when I sit down to get into your energy, I really focus on the people that watch my videos that are active in them. I can feel that energy. And so I write down the names of the people who leave me comments and I really try to get into your energy. So you'll get more likely to get a message that resonates for you if you have connected your energy with mine. So I always really appreciate that. I also want to take a moment to ask you please to consider always checking out your sun, your moon, and your rising. And there is a really big reason for this. Your sun sign, that is the core of you. It's how you view the world. It's what you know, that's based on the day you were born. And it's generally easy for most people to find. But your rising sign is the key to your destiny. It is how you can line up the houses. It's where the sun was on the horizon at the time you were born. It's based on the time you were born and the place you were born in. So you need that information, but there are free calculators. Don't pay for this. There are free calculators online. Just type in free astrological chart and you should be able to get that information. It helps let you know where the planets are, where they're lining up, where your houses are. So when I say, for instance, Scorpio, then your third house of, that's Scorpio rising, right? It's Scorpio rising, that would be in your third house. So it's very much a big piece of information that helps you to figure out your path as you go through life. So sometimes when things aren't resonating, then you can always check out what your rising sign is doing and your moon sign. Okay, so your moon sign is how you feel, how you react, how you respond to situations, and it's caused by what's triggering it from what the other planets and the moon and everything are doing. So that changes sign every 2.5 days. If you don't know what time you were born, and you put in 12 o'clock noon is what the calculators will set up for. But you find the moon sign doesn't really resonate, so if it comes up as an Aries moon, try checking out what the Taurus moon's reading those. Does that resonate? Or the Pisces moons? And so sometimes they've switched signs and you may not have an accurate reading. So I did channel a message for you, and today they were like little TikTok messages, super fast little snippets. It was craziness. But yours was the dragon. I was back in that cave, but the dragon was coming up out of the cave. But the dragon wasn't flying off. It wanted to leave, but it couldn't because the baby that was just been hatched was still back in the cage, in the cave, and so couldn't abandon its responsibilities. And but was standing out in the sunlight looking around. And so to get some help, because the messages were so small today and so quick, I used the Foxfire, the Oracle of the Kitsune, to get me a little bit more and additional information. And you actually received 2 cards, and I thought, oh, well, this explains it. So this one is called Willing Entanglement. And so I'm not going to read the whole thing to you because you have 2, and that would be forever. But now you know on your, where do we start with this one? When this card comes to you, you know you are being shown the ways in which our promises can bind us and in time begin to restrict us, and yet we have given our word. This is the conundrum of the human entanglement of all relationships. There is the bonding and the beauty of what we can gift each other, and there is the binding that comes with the responsibility of love. For this card is a person who takes responsibility seriously and has serious responsibilities. As so it is the pledge that you make, right? So now you know in your own life that there are pledges we make when all is well. When times become difficult, we then willingly continue, for we know we wish to keep our word and to honor our commitment. It is not easy, but it is done willingly, and it is our serious task, and we learn a great deal about what we can do for others. So this is a willing sacrifice before you now. one that is good, one which will lead to many blessings. Know that there will be a sense of restriction and frustration, and there are many wishes and hopes that seem to be on hold for now. Yet, while you weave your own magic within these strong boundaries, know that you are creating great power and growing stronger within. When the time comes, and it will, the cords will fall away, and the time will come for you to move and be free to wander where you will again. And then we have this one, the transcendence. Transcendence. Say that 3 times fast. There are times in our lives when we are mired down with problems and issues, and we feel as if we are swimming through thick, unyielding mud. We feel stuck and bound and completely captured by dilemmas that come with this earthly experience, and we can lose our sense of spirit of the divine and of the heavenly self. This can be the exact moment at which we receive a visitation from an extraordinary celestial fox, this heavenly one who has transcended the earthly realms and has become one of the galaxy's messengers. The kitsune at this time is a powerful, and they can become planetary bodies, new stars, or even a second moon. I think, make sure you check it out. I will attach the link for it, as not too many of the videos for the month of Taurus got viewed. I think because I released them on an odd day, but or just everybody's Netflix binge watching. I believe that you had the fox show up as one of the spirit guides, and so it's just interesting that this came in here. And so know this, that you are more than your job, your role, and your bank account, and your age. You are a transcendent being, and you are galactic as much as you are earthly, and you will now begin to move through the mundane issues that have blocked your way to feeling the joy that is inherent in your nature. You are celestial, you are one of the human beings, you are a divine one, and with time and with knowledge and with the blessing of the visitation of the transient fox, you too will transcend the beliefs and the limitations of the physical self and remember once again your cosmic origins of your soul. The result will be that you can live this lifetime knowing you are both star and stone, celestial and terrestrial. In your time on this planet in this form is just one of the lifetimes you will experience, not only here but within the cosmos. Take a higher perspective, for you are blessed by the very stars, and their energies now pour down upon you. So currently, you may be feeling stuck. You may be feeling like you have so much responsibilities and you just can't set yourself free. But remember that it won't last. This is a phase and a stage, and the time is coming where you will be set free. And when I say you will be set free, I believe it'll be you that sets yourself free. You'll be like, okay, no, this situation no longer works and it's time to move on. I've fulfilled my soul contract. I've done my due diligence. I've kept my end of the bargain. But now there's also the higher calling. There's the soul inside of me that's calling me forward. And so it's really a heavy message for a week, for just a week. That being said, the energy this week sucks. So I think there's just like so much stuff going to get stirred up and a lot of things that are being brought up. And we do have a new moon to plant our seeds of intention. And so I want you to be thinking a little further down the road. It's 18 months ahead, right? And where do you want to be? And so maybe for right now, you're in this situation, you have these responsibilities, but start looking to where it is that you want to go so you can start planning for that. So we start out the week at 3 o'clock in the morning. The moon on Monday, the moon is going to move into Aries. And Aries right away comes into conjunction with Chiron, the wounded healer. It will bring up the emotional baggage to be viewed, to be reviewed, to be healed. But it's going to be really testy energy. Oftentimes people point something out to us and we'll immediately deny it. And when you have an immediate denial to something, you really pay attention to that, because denial is a defense that most of us use. And so think about, why did that strike me as something that really upset me? Is it something I need to look at more, right? So your insecurities are going to kind of come up. If you can remember back to March 24th, that's when we had the new moon in Aries, and that was in conjunction with Chiron. So if on that day of the new moon that there's something that was really triggered in you, I think it's going to be revisiting of that situation. There is a real sense of frustration with the placement of the moon and it being in Aries and everything, with feeling bound in place. And I laughed when I read that. I'm like, oh my God, That's COVID-19. We're all like stuck in the house, and especially if you're a fire sign, that's making them crazy. So, but I think other people are getting a little tired of it too. So there's this sense that there's a lot of things out there that you can't control, that are going on, that you have no control over. But here's the part where you need to consider releasing something that is, it's that feeling of frustration, something that, what's blocking you from finding the peace, right? So is it a feeling, is it a situation, is it an idea, a belief, some kind of a structure like that? This new moon in Taurus is happening in your, if you are a Scorpio rising, it's happening in your 7th house of partnerships. Could be a business partnership, it's a one-on-one partnership, or it's an intimate personal partnership. And so, what do you need to release? Is it an attitude? Is it a belief? Is it the relationship itself? Is it a situation around it? Some frustration with it? Maybe it's like, I really like my partner, but my God, after being stuck in the same house with him for 30 days, I just want to get out for a break. I mean, this is very amplifying energy for relationships. So relationships that really enjoy each other are probably doing okay. They're probably really enjoying getting to know each other. I know a couple that just got married. They're probably doing okay. But then there are the couples that, have not been spending a lot of time together, and they're getting reacquainted, and it might be working out, it might not be, right? So, there's some testy energy, and if your relationship was already on the rocks, there's a lot of buttons being pushed. I can feel it, like right inside of me right now. They're right here. I just feel this. Oh God, if they say that one more time. So you're being asked to sacrifice. So this showed up for someone else. Taurus, I think, got the sacrifice card. So you're definitely, because Taurus is your 7th house of relationship, is really pushing at that. So there is this need to release something, to let something go, to sacrifice. Are you sacrificing your freedom for a little while longer in order to fulfill a commitment? In order to get things in the right place, to move things. Oh my gosh. What? Your heart chakra just clamped up. It feels like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to do this for whatever length of time. Scorpio. We make soul contracts, and we do need to fulfill them, right? That is important, but we also have to grow, and we have to move forward, and sacrificing yourself isn't what you're being asked to do. Sacrificing a belief, sacrificing a situation, sacrificing something that is keeping you from breaking the bonds and chains around your heart. Oh, that hurts so much. Wow. I can't even tell you. Okay, chakra healing. In the description box below, there is Reiki Nancy. She's very affordable, even in these difficult financial times, and she's really good. And if you are dealing with a heart chakra situation like I'm feeling right now, I can't recommend that enough. It really hurts. So, meditation, getting yourself grounded. We have a new moon coming up. Take the time to take a saltwater bath, to cleanse some of their energy off of you, to get yourself grounded, get out in nature. So the tough energy of this week, and there is tough energy going on with you. This is a struggling week. Holy crap. All right, so let's talk about what you can do. We have a new moon coming up in Taurus, right? It's in your relationship sector. Where do you want to be? Now, it's also about money, because Taurus is about money. So, say you are Scorpio's sun, but that's not your rising, then, maybe you need to focus on money, okay? Where would you like to be financially a year and a half from now? Where would you like to be relationship-wise a year and a half from now? What is it that's triggering you that's making you feel like this? Okay, whatever that is, that's important. So it could be like a totally, based on where your rising sign, it could be something else that's really being triggered. But there's something being triggered that's really hurting your heart and stressing you out. And so I don't have to tell you what it is because you already know what it is. So where do you want that to be a year and a half from now? Because these are the seeds of intention that we're planting. The energy around this new moon is tough, but that doesn't make the new moon any less effective. It makes it very fertile ground because things are being broken down, and these things break down, they fertilize the ground. And so the Empress represents the new moon in Taurus. It is fertile ground to grow something of value, either emotionally of value, physically of value, spiritually of value. Remember, Taurus is also represented by the Hierophant. That's the energy of the teacher, the spiritual guide, the leader, right? In matters of your higher consciousness. So there's something here that you need to plant your seeds of attention for that go out for the next 18 months. The moon is going to get into Taurus at 6:59 p.m. on Wednesday. It's going to square off with the energy of everybody. Like it squares off with Pluto transformation, Jupiter expansion, structures and boundaries of Saturn. No wonder you feel so confined, right? You do. It's going to pass, all right? These planets are starting to move into retrograde. In fact, Pluto moves into retrograde on Saturday, and so there's a chance to start looking at this chaos and picking through the debris to figure out what's good and what's worthy of keeping and what's not so great, right? And needs to be let go of, what needs to be sacrificed, what needs to be released in order to bring the peace into your life. So that's kind of the energy of this week, is searching through the piles of rubble to figure out what's important. The moon is going to come into conjunction with Aquarius on Thursday. And so this is an opportunity to have a breakthrough of a realization of something in your heart, emotional breakthrough. It's a moon. It's about triggering your emotions and your feelings, right? And so this is beautiful. You have dreams of abundance. So where do you want to go? What means abundance to you, right? So for some people, abundance is literally about money and financial things. Others, it's the abundance of peace, the abundance of sense of self, the abundance of freedom, the abundance of a life where I can go to bed at night and I know that all my needs will be met and I'm just happy. Like, I'm just happy. And for me, that's what abundance means. That's my personal one. And I feel like I live a very abundant life right now. I don't stress out about things like I used to. I know that everything will be fine. I don't know how. I don't care. To me, that doesn't matter because I know that I will be supported. And so it says, as you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you manifest your dreams into reality. So planting your seeds of intention when you have dreams of abundance coming in at that place, I mean, that's a really important, don't miss this window of opportunity to really think about what it is that you want. But this starts with writing down what you're grateful for. It is so easy to see the things we don't like in our life. It takes practicing gratitude. Be grateful for the food and bless the food you eat and the water you drink and whatever, because that raises the vibration of that, which raises your own personal vibration. So there's that. But there's also the gratefulness that, you do have these things and you have a roof over your head, maybe. If you don't, then, what are you grateful for? What do you have? Counting your blessings becomes so important. And the more that you look around at your life and you see all the many blessings and all the opportunities that come to you, the more you realize that you really are an abundant co-creator of your life and you can create more. It creates a sense of confidence in your ability to co-create with spirit. So you have Grace and Antoinette, but when I looked at this, I thought it said Grace and Atonement. So working acting with grace. Okay, so you're in a situation that probably you're not very happy with right now, and you're getting ready for it to transcend. Be great. Act with grace within it. Find the peace in so release the negative energy around it. Find the peace in it. Find the grace. But it says to help heal the situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. So maybe sacrificing your ego a little. Like, it's not all about you. They are also going through, especially if we're talking relationships, they're also going through the pain in the heart chakra, right? It's not easy for them either. And so if you can gracefully find a solution that either builds a relationship, or even if it's going to end, which it might, we have Venus doing what Venus is doing right now. But, acceptance of the situation can lead to growth. And it takes this sense of this need for compassion. Because the moon is in Gemini and Venus is in Gemini. So that's Venus is slowing down and getting ready to go retrograde. And so she's really putting some pressure on relationships. And this is really going to trigger the Scorpios and the Geminis on this. So, especially Gemini rising, Scorpio risings in particular. So, communication on Saturday. Friday, though, should be good energy. So just hang in there, right? But Saturday, it gets difficult again. But we do have Pluto going retrograde, which is a good thing. It really is. It won't be noticeable right away, but it's a chance to review and sort through the chaos. Great ideas could come to you. This is not a time to communicate them, though. There's this breakthrough energy. So we have the breakthrough energy in the feelings arena on Thursday, but there is a breakthrough energy on Sunday of sudden thoughts or something physical or something global. There's going to be some kind of because Sun's coming into conjunction with Uranus. Something's going to shine the light. It's going to be a big breakthrough. It could be positive. It could be negative because it's chaos oriented. Uranus, who the heck knows what it's going to do, right? But the communication around this is squaring off. That's that difficult energy with Pluto and with Jupiter. And so this idea that you have this breakthrough, this sudden inspiration, keep it to yourself. Do the research. Do the work. Communicate about it later when it's more vetted, when it's more sorted out in your mind. So don't rush into just because you have the idea or the information or whatever, hang on to it and do some more research, because it's not the whole story. Or other people aren't ready to hear what it is. Or it's not fertile ground enough for it to expand just now. You've just planted the seeds, It's not like Jack and the Beanstalk. You're not going to get, anything growing overnight. Wow. So you have build your confidence, and I think this showed up for Aries. I'm not sure. So build your confidence. You're going to have to make a sacrifice of some more of your time and energy into the situation before you can break free, whatever the situation is. But you could start planning for the future, planting your seeds of intention, allowing yourself to feel more confident in your ability to do that. And remember to have compassion for the other person in this situation, whether it's your business partner or your intimate partner. They're also going through whatever you are. They just have a different vantage point, okay? So compassion for yourself, for others. Take your time. And as far as keeping stuff to yourself, I just remembered I'm talking to Scorpio. You got that. All right. I will see you next week. Take care. It looks like a rough week. Consider meditation. Consider yoga. Consider doing some exercise. Consider talking to Nancy and getting your chakras in alignment. That was really painful. All right. You take care. We'll talk soon.